In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of the strategies our family is utilizing to promote bilingual learners in our household despite not being native speakers ourselves. Welcome to Literacy Lookout. I am an education specialist at a high school. I've mainly worked with seniors, and when I taught at the middle school level, I worked with 8th graders. Literacy has been a huge emphasis in what I've studied. I have an English credential too, so one thing I always wanted was to truly be able to speak and think in a second language. I never got to that level, but I wanted that for my children. So I started to research some tools, strategies, ways I could achieve this despite not being a native speaker myself. And so far, it has yielded some excellent results. My children are 4 and 3, and we are a screen-free household. But with that said, we have utilized this lovely tool. This is a Yoto player. There are Tomies and other audio players as well, so it just plays the audio and then you download the card. My daughter has been listening to this one quite a bit lately, which is awesome because it's a full immersion card. There is no English in this one, but we have been using this to have a native speaker in our household. Because we don't do screens, they actively choose to listen to the Yoto, sometimes for hours at a time, and I just let her because she's getting that mapping in her mind. This is the silent period where she's starting to pick up all the sounds and rules and where words break up within learning a language. So this has been an invaluable tool for our family. I started with English cards, but then I removed them and then just got a variety of French cards to entice them to want to listen to those. My daughter can read at a 3rd grade level, so she tends to prefer narratives opposed to just vocabulary. But we started with this card, which was wonderful because it was a mix of French and English within the card. So there was a story, and she listened to this one over and over again to be able to pick up some of the vocabulary. We also use a vocabulary card, which kind of tested every 5 words what the meaning was after reviewing it with the native speaker. This one wasn't as big of a hit with my daughter, but my son really enjoyed it. And then I turned it into a game. So that was the second strategy, was turning it into a game. I got this English dictionary, French to English dictionary, and it has different pictures with the word, and then we would try to find the word as they would teach it on the card. The third strategy is to have AI on your team. I found a wonderful app. There's other apps like it too, but this one's called ElevenLabs, and what I love about it is that I can create a story and then I can have a native speaker read it in French, but it doesn't have the Siri robot voice we all remember and know and love from the computer. This is a natural sounding speaker, so there's inflection, and then I've been turning those into a Yoto card with the make your own cards, and then my daughter can listen to those stories as well. Another important thing is to be vulnerable and to just model that you're learning too. Like, I've been learning with my kids. I attempt to read some of these books, and sure, my accent may sound atrocious. It may not be accurate at all, but they're seeing me learn and try, which encourages them to do the same. I also made a deliberate decision to avoid bilingual books entirely. This was based off of my research and what I've actually observed in the classroom with some of our English learners, that when you give them the option with English and then the new language, they are going to revert to what they know. This is just psychology. The path of least resistance is the one they'll pick. So the only option I gave them was French, and I made sure to choose ones that were enticing with lots of beautiful pictures, but it's all in French. So the pictures do provide context for them to kind of pick up what's going on. And when I read it to them, I try to figure out what's going on too. So again, the modeling and me working with them and then picking books that have beautiful pictures has been very helpful. I also tried to find books that linked up to some of the Yoto player cards, so that's been helpful too. I've noticed my daughter kind of try to follow along in the book. This last one is just totally a bonus. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm not sponsored by any of the companies or products I've mentioned today. I just legitimately have seen progress in what, well, we've been using. But the last thing I did is I found a cool website where you can create AI books with your kids. So you'll describe what your kid looks like, and then they can create characters. And then I had it translate it to French. So that one's coming soon. I'll update you on how that goes. But I showed my daughter some of the mock-ups, and she was so excited to see herself, to see us on a camping trip. And then she couldn't read the French, but she was more willing to try to figure out what it said. I hope you found this video helpful. Please share in the comments if you've tried any of these strategies, if it's yielding results for you. So far in our house, we've been seeing mimicry, and then sometimes in the day they'll share a vocabulary word. And we've only been using these strategies for about a month now, and I'm already starting to see them start to break out of that silent period where they're just mapping all the sounds. So I will be providing updates as we progress more on our journey. And thank you so much for listening to this video. If you liked it, please subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day.